All right, calling the February 19th, 2026 City of Brentwood Architectural Review Board to order. Calling the roll. Matt Foreman, here. Carl Carlin.
Here.
Paul Turner.
Here.
All right, approval of minutes for December 9th. Do we have a motion? Any questions?
No questions. I would move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hearing no dissent, those are passed. Old business, what? They're not on the agenda.
It is on.
Oh, December 9th and, it's one line, sorry. Okay, so then December, which one did I say the first time, December 9th or 27th?
December.
Okay, then, second motion for January 27th.
I'll move to approve the January 22nd meeting minutes.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, two done. Thank you, Whitney. Old business, 22,002 South Brentwood Boulevard. All right, I think we have some new information on this one, and I need to start sharing again.
Hi, good evening. My name is Mei Yang, and I'm the owner of 2002 South Brentwood Boulevard. I believe this is our fourth review. Hopefully, we get this passed this time, hopefully. The addition, now is an issue we try to solve is the pattern, the checker pattern. And we turn in 3 proposals. And we'll start from the first. Kind of. And four tires. The pattern is based upon 4 different, it's the same group, but it's 4 different, it's the same finish. It's more like the matte finish with, we just kind of show everybody. Maybe put on the floor. Thank you. Jason. And the pattern is from.
Okay, so just a second, I'm trying to figure out the images. So what we have up on the screen, images, the PNG file for the first one is showing just the.
This is
That
actually from AI.
so is that,
It's from AI. On the we have a paper that is like going to be, but not now. But because try to get everything together, so we have an AI together with the first picture. Would you show the first picture?
okay, so I'm trying, it looks like, help me catch up here. It says up on the screen, proposal 2 is tile replacement. Do you want to talk about the tile replacement?
No, not yet.
Okay,
The first one first. And it's all related. Just try to show you what they compose of, so you won't. Make this happen. Sorry. We have to use a very special ground, very special thin there, and then with a liquid membrane, because that's kind of prevented the weather. Our weather is very different, so we have to be very careful. So we have a lot of, the people installed this is a lot of craftsmanship, so they did a very good job. So we put 4 tiles to make the pattern there. Not there. Yeah, not yet. Okay, you can see the pattern.
well, we can see the pattern
The first
here.
house.
I think I have this one open that's just
Yeah, I want
the
to kind of
existing.
show you That is an issue right now, but that is a composed of these 4 tiles here.
Okay.
So, okay, we can go back to the first proposal.
So if I go to
The
the
first
first
proposal, I think is probably,
that's what I was trying to get.
Okay.
this one you can see after the paver, but the paver is not there yet. We just try to kind of get you more complete
Oh,
to
this,
look.
this is actually an AI image with new pavers?
AI for paper, but not,
Okay.
not, that's a picture, a real picture, and we compose with AI to tell you, but that's supposedly we're going to have that kind of paper, that's why we put in there.
So a lot of the images that were attached to the first one, I believe, have the other panels attached, but that's not the presentation we should be looking at right now.
No, I tried to kind of, okay, the first one, I think it's just, okay, go back, I mean,
Go back to
this
the
is just the
agenda.
images to show you to start the angle you can see from the street, okay? And to prevent the pattern to be seen, I propose to put a very high-end metal perforated panel, and you can go up from 8 to 10 feet high. So about halfway is almost complete cover. That way we don't hurt the tile at all. You can see that the pattern is so there are very many options I can do.
So we are looking at the right images.
Right,
So what your proposal is the original tile, which you've brought to share with everyone.
correct.
The pavers, I think, are kind of their own issue. I'm not really
It's
going
going
to
to
worry
be
about
that
those.
way,
And that's,
but just kind of enhance the look.
so the renderings you have are here, but then you've got some higher quality images of those kind of things here,
Right.
which goes with this, but
At least from the street, if you look at it, it's probably more than 50% will be going away because the fence, I would call the metal fence. It's covered there. It's very elegant. I think it's very saleable, and we really like that. I would say we spent about 3 weeks to do a lot of experiment and do a lot of, those tiles is actually we do by hand, kind of like the installer, do by hand. It's not AI generate at all.
that's the first proposal.
Yes.
Do we want to
And
look
you-
at the others?
You want to go to the other way, the other side? Also have a
so-
fence. There's a two side.
There's a zoning issue with the proposal number 1.
Okay,
Any fence or over 6 feet would require a variance. And on the west or east side, where they have it attached to the building, a portion of at the back corner, the house is at the 5-foot setback, maybe just shy of that. So by adding the panel to the wall, we would have to know that it would still meet with the 5-foot setback.
okay, so that's a condition to note as we discuss the options this evening.
Correct.
So I did have a quick question. Is there a paper copy of the printouts? Can we have those up here? Might make it easier for Matt to,
A lot of content.
yeah.
So from the back side, I mean, I would say from the north side, the neighbor will completely separate, not to see the annoying neighbor there.
This is proposal
It's
1.
completely
There
separate.
it is.
And it also give us a little bit kind of distance, so they allow the light to come through to the window.
Perfect, thank you. All right,
So this is the other side. It's not the side I just showed you. This is the side face.
You have to speak into the mic.
The side face to the north. This is the side face to the north, and then if you go out to the street, they cover almost the same thing, almost like a 50-60%.
so this is south-ish.
This is a face south.
Right, and then
The other one
this
is a face
faces
north. And because the neighbor has to complain about that, so this side will be completely separate from the annoying neighbor.
This is the view that we would have the zoning issue, and
So can I go to the zoning hearing again for that?
that's a different board, and we need to hear from the rest of the options.
I do have go ahead.
Oh, Carl, you were starting first. Go ahead.
Just a clarifying question, because I don't know the code as well as I should maybe. I understand about, fences being a certain height. If you're attaching something to the building, so if it's a part of the building and it's not a fence, right? Is that reviewed differently?
Yes, it could be. However, since the building at a portion is at or very near the 5-foot setback, attaching this and that it's set out from the wall, we would have to verify that it would also still meet with the 5-foot side yard setback.
And the setback, I understand. I guess it's the height. Like if there's a limitation for a fence to have a height, if this is a building element attached to the building and it is
That
not,
would be considered different.
okay. So
But on the other side, where it is set out from the building, it is acting as a fence, and then that would require a variance.
okay, so
That side's not attached to the building, it's mounted to the ground.
Right,
and so that's the difference, ground versus building attachment.
Right.
Okay, so if it was attached to the building, the height problem goes away, but we have the issue of the setback.
right.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure.
So my question was just to clarify that there's nothing going on at the back of the house for this proposal. Okay.
Because it's very hard to.
That elevation's not getting any modifications. Because that's the back.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
We're having lots of technology issues tonight. All right.
Matt, can you pull up the site plan just for a second?
So I like to have a feedback because this is, I think it's very favorable to prefer not to destroy the tiles. And also get enhanced with the building, and also the surrounding will be not being seen that much anymore. That's the purpose.
You're after.
Yes.
Yeah, it's only kind of attached to, it's a framing. I wish I had that material. It's the steel, the frame, and you can attach to what do you call,
Thank you.
the foundation. You can attach that and then go up with a structure to hold up that panel. So it's really, we call it fence, it's actually like a, it's not fence, it's
Green.
screen, yeah.
All right, so let me,
And I would like to know how high I can go. 6 feet only, even it's not fenced.
It is still categorized as a fence or screening.
Okay, but I think 6 feet is still cover a lot. That one is 8 feet.
So
I think go up 10 feet.
I'm sorry to ask the same question again, because I think it changed my understanding. If it's attached to the building, is it still a screen that falls into the screen height limitations? Because you as an architect, I could make the argument that it's a building element.
Right, yes, that is what if it's the version that shows what she's saying is north, that where it is attached to the building, that is part of the structure, and we'd have to verify it meets the side setback. The other side, where it is set back out from the building, is where it is now categorized as a screening device or a fence.
So it touches the ground, screen
Correct.
fence on the building, something else. It seemed like we called that into question again, so I just wanted to be sure. Thank you.
There's two items that are covered. They both have questions. So can we, I'd like to move on to the next option, just to,
that's what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
queued up. I don't think that's
There you go.
pertinent.
Just while we're doing that, I'm not saying the answer to anything or making a statement. It's a question. At some point, we'll have to vote on a proposal, not parts of 3 proposals, right? So at some point, we're going to probably ask you to put it in a lump and vote, right? Just want you to know that. All right.
Okay,
So I believe this is a restatement of what you have for those tiles. And then proposal 2, according to the website, not that one, is replacing, or are you replacing or painting the
Okay.
tile?
no, not replacing.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to kind of grab it, the tile, that's why I kind of forget about the microphone. Okay, you can see the tiles, 4 of them. This is on the warmer side and creaming. This is on the core side, called the chocolate gray and the light gray, okay? And from the pattern, if you go back from the real pattern, from picture, this 2 will be predominant. So catch your eyes. When you see it very far away, that 2 color is right there. That's why you say, oh, I don't like that checker, because it catch your eyes. Very dominant. So I propose, since, is that Paul somebody?
I'm Paul.
Yeah, it's a Paul. I don't think you proposed that. You kind of tell me, is that L? I'm sorry, is that from you? I remember you say it. You
one of
say
the-
you would like to see if I can pan over. Okay,
That was one of the prior points of discussion,
Like a
just to see
second
if we
review.
could
like a second review.
lessen the visual impact of
Right.
the pattern, which I believe the board thinks the pattern is enhancing the mass, which is greater than what was originally approved.
Okay.
So what you're showing on the left is painting the tile, but not just painting it one homogeneous color,
No,
having a subtle pattern to it.
the second proposal is because I propose, I would still want to keep the tiles integrity there. Because if I pan over, just like a piece of the wood, I pan over, you don't see anything, what's inside there. I would say I got the bid on the vinyl siding is $6,000. This is $60,000. I don't want to destroy that look. I feel really bad, so I'm willing to hire someone. They told me that it was going to be probably more than a month. Just kind of go from I'm going to replace, maybe this one will be replaced, this one, that one will replace that one. I don't mean it's really replace, it's a replace the color. So I will get the color, the paint chip right here and right there, replace this and this. So
You're painting, but you're painting a new color pattern. Oh,
pattern, just the tires stay there. Whatever the color showing this and showing that, I'm going to have that paint to match that paint chip, to paint over here and paint over there. And according to the painter told me, they don't really like it, but they will make it happen for me. So they had to sand this to bound the special sealer, because I remember, I'm very sorry, I forgot your name. Matt, okay. Matt, you mentioned that. So it's kind of, I told them, I say, I have an architect as a board member, suggest I can paint over. But I told them, I say, I don't want to paint over the whole thing. I know it's going to be expensive because it's the labor, very tedious. So the guy just told me, he's supposed to be a good painter. He told me he will spend probably 1 month or 2 months every day. It probably costs maybe $10,000 or $20,000.
All right, so
do that.
I want to make sure we understand this. So if I'm looking at this photograph here, we're seeing that the two darkest colors,
Right,
so that would be, for example, this dark one,
right,
and then this other warmer gray one
right.
would be painted over, but this tile would still be visible and this tile would still be the original
They
tile.
won't be there anymore. I'm talking about color.
Yes, the color.
Yeah.
So is this, I'm going to get way in here. So you're going to repaint this one, but you're not going to paint this one or this one.
Of course, because I still want to keep the tile, the look.
Okay. So
Because
that means,
then I will feel very sorry. I spend so much money, I don't see the tile anymore. Just like I told you that, like a piece of the wood, and you have a very nice, and you paint over all the paint, and you don't see them anymore. At least I can see something there.
okay, so,
But then I have a rendering there to show you it's like a more homogeneous the pattern. You don't see that two color catch your eyes anymore. It's like a very soothing, very nice pattern. But this is going to be very tedious, I was told. But I'm willing to make this proposal if that can be appreciated.
out of that because I don't want my markups anymore. Hang on. So I want. Good. All right. So you know what? I'm going to hold off on that. Let's go talk about the third.
You see the color that is in the face of south. We put it because of the computer, they change the color. We scan this color in there, but somehow they don't show the right color. But that's the kind of idea.
Okay, so then this is what is saved as option 3.
Yeah, okay. This is according to Carl mentioned that, and it's sketched by my architect, Rich Emery. We cannot get this rendering from computer because a little bit difficult. I remember you say, why don't you do the fascia, extend that fascia? That's what he did.
Couldn't get it to rotate either.
I'm working on it. Yeah. I don't know why I've still got markups floating around over here.
You can see that
There you go.
oh, okay, right there. The fascia is continuing from that roof, continue that piece. So kind of break up the pattern. So you don't see the whole thing is like a big one. So I can see the point, and I appreciate that. So that's according to Carl's suggestion. That's on my third proposal. And then we can have the screen, metal screen, perforated, the same thing. And it's kind of attached to the building, and maybe for the plant, like a vine or, any ivy or something. That's the idea. So you won't see that anymore after,
Just to clarify, the proposal number 3 included extending the roof line over the tile.
the roof
Are you
line, just only the fascia, according to cars. That's a front.
Yes, so but that's where I'm a little unclear, so help me understand. The first proposal is the metal screens. I do see some metal screens shown here in proposal 3. Would the metal screens also be part of proposal 3?
This should be a little bit different because this is for the vine, for the ivy. I would say it's not the same thing.
So it's not the same
The
metal
other one
screen.
has more structure, have a framing, and go up. It's a lot of
This might be
engineer.
just landscaping.
Yeah, more like a landscaping.
Okay, so then this one has the fascia that comes across right here.
It's extended, elongated
and
to
it
break
just-
up
it
the
breaks
pattern.
up the big vertical wall.
Right.
Is there any proposed painting of the tile
No.
in combination with?
No, that's a purpose because I heard from Carl and Rich Emery sketched that. He thinks this is it's easier.
All right,
And I agree.
so
I agree with that.
actually a P1 alternate pattern. So what we have this one, is this part of your proposal number 1?
Number 2.
That's, okay, but I thought number
Or number
2 was painting.
2 is painting, but also I want to do the fence
So
to
this
kind of,
and this go together.
yeah.
Okay,
That's a number 2. Not only to paint it, and I want to have a fence because I don't really want to see my neighbor next door, because it annoys me every day.
plus fence.
Yeah.
So now we're back to a fence.
A fence a solid fence, site-proof fence can go up as a maximum height of 6 feet.
So
You can go up to 8 feet if the top 2 feet are 50% open.
So this, just from visual inspection, is not 50% open, so this counts as a
Fence.
site-proof fence.
Correct.
Okay, so if it goes up past 6 feet, the top would have to be a different 50% open material.
Correct.
Okay, so I want to restate, and I'm going to use the pieces of paper just to be sure. Option 1, existing tile, metal panel with a pattern.
Correct.
This is also option 1.
Correct, on the other side.
Option 2 includes painting the tile
Correct.
with a ground-mounted
Only 2
fence.
tiles.
I'm sorry, you're right, I actually wrote that down
Not the
here.
whole thing, yeah,
2
2
of
tiles.
4 tile colors
Right.
get repainted. And then option 3 is
Elongated that fascia.
changing the roof line to break up the mass with an offer to do a landscaping piece. If it's pure landscaping, it's actually not something that we are in control of. And I think I got the second picture to work. There we go. So this is the south side, same, extend the eave. Here's the north side, extend the eave. So option 1, metal screens attached to the building. Option 2, paint the building with a site-proof metal fence on the north side. Option 2 is painting 2 of the 4 tiles. Option 3 is site-proof fence. Nope, sorry. Option 3 is extending the roof lines and the offer for some trellises with plantings. Which one is your preference? If we have 3 here, personally, I see concerns, so speak, and you know what? We need to call for public comment, and then we can start more discussion. Would you like to speak at this meeting?
I don't know if anybody noticed, but it doesn't seem like any of the renderings actually depict the actual house that's adjoined to it.
So
Name.
Sam.
Well, I think, do they need the full name for it, you
Sam
guys?
Simpson.
There we go.
Yeah, we need your address and
8786 Lawn Avenue. I'm the annoying neighbor.
So
Thank you.
what I have, I believe this image shows your house.
Yes. Not this one per se, but like the one you have on that sheet.
I'm not sure which one. So is that your house with the gray siding?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's the best image that I've seen of your house in these
Yeah.
packages.
I meant her house. The renderings for her house.
Oh,
Yes. Like this. This one.
I have that. I didn't.
That's not what her house looks like. Her house is the one that has the hodgepodge cut up windows that they don't fit on the sides. There's air conditioners that are sticking out. Was that addressed with these fences or attached to the building? Does anybody know that?
Give me a moment, please. I don't, staff, is that something you guys can answer?
So is that a new HVAC unit on the side, or was that existing?
the picture shows it in the rear.
There's three. She's got a mini split on the back. There's two on the side. And are you aware that she has, even on the dormer, there's tile now? Or well, I guess from the install. No, this is not the house. Misleading. But yet they have the AI for the driveway.
I saw that on the
But does that
original.
match that?
Oh,
Windows, everything's different. Doesn't depict what actually is there.
I mean, I'm guessing that this is complicated, right? This has been going on for a minute and it's relatively complicated. I get it. Yeah, I get it. We have to come to some terms with the proposals in front of us.
Correct.
The air conditioners that are there from a previous thing is, I mean, it's information.
Well, I don't know if they interfere with the fence
and that would
or
have to
whatever
be
you want to
resolved.
call it.
Yeah, that'd have to be resolved.
That looks like it should be in Lomar Sculpture Park or something to me. I don't know how the sun's going to affect that and shine off of that. That seems absurd. And then for the tile painting, I mean, is it going to be camouflage? Because the rendering really doesn't show what it's in, like black and white.
I think the physical tiles are the best hope we have of understanding it, right? So I think if we understand your proposal correctly for number 2, the 2 tiles on the floor would become all of the tiles visually, right? So there wouldn't be 4 colors, there'd be 2 colors, the 2 that are on the floor. Is that correct? Right. So and I just want to, this is a good time, thank you for the segue. Relative to the applicant's comments about, suggestions that have been made from the board, I think, our chairman might state it better than me, but I think it's worth mentioning that we really can't design projects for our applicants, right? So we can give you suggestions that we've seen in other things. I think our goal is to try to be helpful, but in general, we really can't and should not design that for you. So, for instance, with the extension of the fascia, perhaps, right? As a way, there was 2 main issues as I remember it from the last couple of meetings. There was one was the tile pattern itself, right? And then there was also the massing of the building, which is a completely separate issue, right? Like, it may have also been really large and had vinyl siding on it. It still would have been an issue, right? So the fascia board idea, which I sort of put out as a thing I might think of if it was me, right? So if I had been your architect, maybe I would have thought of that as a thing to do. It nevertheless needed to be fully explored and vetted by your architect, right? Because there's lots of things that my suggestion might have left out, you know? Yeah, yeah. Sorry, but yeah. So it's hard to, as a proposal. There's more fleshing out of that thing to do. I can't just say yes to that because it's not enough, right? He didn't detail it enough to really talk about it, right? But that was in an attempt to address the massing problem, right? That wouldn't have necessarily affected the pattern problem. It's a separate issue, right? We have those two issues. So I just wanted to clarify that. Like, you know, I appreciate that you're paying attention. That's important. That you know what we said. Like, I know you're paying attention because you have a lot of money on the line. But we can't design it for you. You shouldn't want us to design it for you, right? So those were just suggestions, right? I just want to make that clear. So we do have specific proposals that you're making now that came from your side of the table, which we can then discuss, which Matt's doing digitally right now, right? I just wanted to say that. Did I miss anything there? Was that clear?
So what I'm doing here, and people can watch, is she's going to take the two darkest tiles and paint them, make them lighter. So we're still going to end up with a pattern which, in my humble opinion, seems to be a little more pronounced than it is in the rendering.
Yes, the rendering to me you really can't tell.
And I'm just going to say it again because any attempt, either photographic or rendering, to represent reality is always going to fail relative to reality. It's just a fact, right? So,
Agree.
so the looking at the floor is really the only way to understand the colors you're going to experience, right?
So although, all right, is there any other public comment? Is there anyone online? I've got so many things on my window open. Jessica, can you look and see if anyone online is raising their hands? Okay, thank you. 3 proposals. I'm going to restate. Number 1, metal panels attached to the building. Number 2, altering 2 of the tile colors of the 4 and installing a site-proof fence on the north. Number 3, existing tile remains. Number 1, existing tile remains. Number 3, existing tile remains. And on number 3, we change some of the eave lines and add trellises. Okay, so we've heard public comment. The board's been asking questions. I feel like at this point, we need to know which of the 3. I can't call for a vote on 3 proposals. We have to call for a vote on 1 proposal. Which one of those proposals can we call for a vote on? You got to come back up and say your name again, even though you've been up there before.
Hi, I'm Christy Morgan, and I live at 2029 Urban. It might be helpful if she might be told what things you like out of each proposal and what things maybe don't meet the mark for the proposals in case you deny, so she can come back or we could get this taken care of. So like on the first one, what are the things you like about the first proposal?
All right, so let me try to I have so many things open, excuse me, I apologize. All right, so I'm going to look, you guys see if you can articulate something while I look for a screen here.
I can say that is relative to proposal 3, that the idea as, as presented, by me as an idea, and then your architect, it was intended to address the scale, the additional scale of the building from the original submission. It would not, as proposed, with just the eave lines and not a change to the pattern, I don't think that answers, the bigger question, right? So the bigger question is the pattern. I think the scale is a slightly smaller question, so that one wouldn't address the pattern. So I think we'd still have a problem with number 3 if I'm thinking for the board. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay.
I concur that although the eave line does help break up the massing, if the pattern remains, I don't think it does enough.
Okay, again, if that's still an issue, I think I'm willing to do the same thing like a number 2. Alternate it, the other dark color, the same thing like a number 2 I do, and then take the idea on the number 3. So that, that probably will solve that problem when you mentioned about the patterns not being, changed. So
Just
that's still, yeah.
for your benefit, I know your architect took a 2-dimensional elevation and sort of drew the lines across.
Right.
There's more to it than that. So I want you to be warned about that, right? If we say we're going to do that, right? Like the image that's up there right now is the good case. The image that's up there right now is that there's a little portion of roof. You see how if you can look at that notch, right?
Right.
There's a little portion of roof, and then the fascia. All of that would come across, right? Not just a little board.
Yes,
right?
that is a sketch. I kind of mentioned that to you, it's sketch. But
On the other side, it's much worse.
To do a more elaborated, of course, we need to have a detail. I don't think that will be it.
'Cause that's more complicated, right? That's a deeper thing.
Yeah.
And additionally, and again, this is not me. This is I'm not your architect, as Matt always says. But you're going to have flashing issues. You're going to have to pull tile off the building and flash behind it. So there are things.
At some point, we're going to get close enough to the angled property line.
Right.
There's setback
So there
issues.
are things to work out with proposal 3 that
I
we
know.
don't have.
Maybe the
before us.
gutter need to be.
Yeah, I just want to be
Just
clear.
downspout.
Like it's not figured out.
Yeah.
What Carl's saying is that the lines don't solve the problem. There's more detail that would have to go with that,
Exactly.
so.
Because I don't understand to make it more comprehend the idea. So because the architect is not here, they've been out of town.
Just wanted to, if we vote on it and it becomes binding, I just want you to know that there's more to it.
All right, so option number 1 with the metal screens, I don't think is enough because it doesn't address the pattern on the building. Option number 2 with the tile, I think even those 2 tiles alone repeated are dissimilar enough that they're still going to show a significant pattern on the face of the wall. That's how I'm seeing this. Thoughts?
Correct. The pattern is so distinct that it overrides a lot of what's going on. And again, it further emphasizes the size of the addition.
So I know there's probably sufficient frustration in the room from all directions, right? So I think we are all trying to get to a resolution. So from that point of view, I feel like option 2 has a chance of me voting yes for it because it's the most promising option of the 3 that I have, right? So
I still would say that even with only 2 colors instead of 4, there's still enough pattern that it's emphasizing the massing. If we're painting tile, I would say we paint all the tile, one of those 2 colors, and eliminate the pattern. That would be a suggestion that I think, since what's on the table, I'm going to say this clearly, we have 3 options. It doesn't sound like any of the 3 options are acceptable to the board, but I am not calling for a vote. Concur?
I
So then we're back to, is there a combination that we'd be willing to work out, which I would actually want to have documented by the architect before we would move. We do have, as our public has commented, there are discrepancies in the renderings, which I would not want to vote on and have them introduced into the public record until they are accurate. So I think we would be looking for a proposed solution with the homeowner and a record-breaking 5th meeting, or are we up to 6? To actually vote on something. I would say that working out the details of the eaves with a single tile color, and I would actually exclude the fence unless you want to modify it to 6 feet tall and make sure it meets all the zoning ordinances so that you and your neighbor, I'm a firm believer in good fences make good neighbors. If that's something that you want to pursue, I would talk with staff. We're no longer experts on fences. I would say that one color for the exterior, extending the eave lines, and consideration of a fence would be something that could possibly be actionable. Thoughts, including the homeowner thoughts.
My only thought would be, not to keep throwing a wrench in the works, I could probably withstand the 2 colors. And I say that only because I actually think the mass might be enhanced with 1 color. Like, I think it actually, some articulation in the color might actually help it feel smaller. I think 1 massive color would be a lot in terms of scale. So
I'm absolutely willing to consider that if we're shown, and I don't think, I mean, I did that on the fly, but that doesn't look like this. So I think we need something more accurate produced by the design professional to tell us what this more, and if you're using AI to create renderings, have at it.
When you use a different software, although you scan the tile, the result will be differently.
Completely get it. We fight.
Yeah,
All
so
three of us
that's
fight
why
this
you
all
say
day
it's not
long.
the same. It's because we didn't use all the AI. Believe me, we spent about 3 weeks, day and night, do a lot. It's here, there, and come to conclusion.
It might be as simple as bringing 2 more of those so we can see 4 of them in composition, or 6 of those.
We have it here. Do you have it in the office? Yeah, you have it another 2 right here.
So we're not going to solve this right now.
No.
Yeah, the same.
So,
Okay, so continue on that line, please.
so the, so if you're changing the color pattern, one way I would do this as an architect is have an elevation with the pattern shown, and then you'll have to indicate which one is which color. And that's how you would present it as a document to be submitted. It doesn't have to be a rendering for me.
So I would like to point out, we do have a second attendee at 7:23. We've been on this for 53 minutes. I would like to say that in the next 6 minutes, we need some action out of respect to our next attendee. I would suggest that, based on what you've heard tonight, that you go back to your architect, you ask for some visual renderings with as much accuracy as possible, with 2 colors of tile and 1 color of tile, and the extended eave lines shown, and we can review them at the next meeting.
How would you feel about the screen portion instead of the eave line over?
Again,
I think it would be kind of interesting, instead of doing the eave line over for the expense, the screen could be very artful.
with respect, you're actually making my point, because we're waving our hands, we're sketching things.
That's why
We
we're
don't-
trying to figure out what's going to be acceptable, so we stop doing this.
So the goal, we have the twin goals of ameliorating the sense of mass that the larger building brought on. That's one. And that was one difference from the submitted drawings. And then the other is the pattern, right? So if and I'm saying if your argument is that the screens can help with the scale just like the eave lines could, I think we would consider that in the drawings that Matt is suggesting for the next meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
But again, there's a zoning issue with the screens.
Oh, but it's attached to, and it has to be within the 5 feet.
It would have to be,
Sticking out
it still has to be within 5 feet.
on the 5 feet, or do we have 2 inches?
It's on, it has to be at the 5-foot setback.
Okay, so down further, because it's more high, we can probably fit one.
You would have to show that on a drawing.
Okay.
So this is direction that your architect should be visually documenting for all of us to discuss.
Excuse me, tag team.
Like I say from beginning, I'm willing to work with whatever work. The only thing, if you ask me to do one tile for the whole thing, that means it's almost like you paint the whole color the same. And I will be very upset. Put so much money.
If that's not an option you want to present, you're the homeowner, then show us a nice, well-documented, as accurate as possible rendering with the 2 color tile and the eaves so we can evaluate what it looks like.
That's what we did on the proposal, the number 2, to do a rendering. That's a computer come out that result. I'm afraid I won't be able to accomplish what you want because we had to do one by one the color to fill in.
So then
So-
it may be that we get a few more tile to lay on the floor. I'm looking for, no?
Needs to be a drawing.
How about a combination of the drawing with the?
Well, like I said earlier, I mean, this can be done where, I mean, you indicate which ones are which colors,
I have a
and you
piece
just
of
mark it
the,
as a pattern.
yeah, I have at the very beginning and introduce the color with the tile. If you have that, you can see to compare that. But we try to use the same thing to do the rendering, and they show you a very gray. It's not like I didn't try. I did try.
I do think.
Right here. You
Again,
see
I know that there's some frustration on all sides. There is, and so we all want to get to a resolution that because it's lingering. It's built. It's standing there. Another month seems like a pain, but it's built. We're not waiting for it to get finished. It's not raining inside, right? So I would say what we need as a board, and this meeting, I don't think we've quite gotten there yet. We need a comprehensive, clear, documented proposal that we can vote on cleanly and then stand behind and go forward with. We don't quite have that yet. I understand you put a lot of effort into it. I'm not saying you didn't. I'm saying we don't have the comprehensive, clean, this is the proposal document that we need to have. And we could spend another hour in the room putting that together, but we're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, I know. This is
Yeah.
4 months already.
Well,
Put off.
and same for us, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm very frustrated.
same for us. So if what I'm just paraphrasing what the chairman said, but what we're saying is you asked us for our opinion. We've tried to give it to you. We if there's a way forward, we've tried to suggest what it might be without designing the building for you, right? What I think needs to happen, and what I think we're saying needs to happen, is that needs to be consolidated, cleaned up. The things that we're talking about. If you pursue the eaves, there's details to show. If you don't pursue the eaves, there's details to show. It needs to be cleanly presented. Here is the idea. Please vote on it. We don't have that yet. I think if we push for a vote tonight, since we don't have it, it'll go where it goes, right? So I'm thinking that we should, once again, given the importance of it to all parties involved, if we take that month, get your architect to draw it up cleanly following the submission rules, because there are published submission rules, right, which we're outside the bounds of right now, right? That would be the way forward, I think. And without making promises, because I vote myself.
Again,
right?
I mean, I try to accomplish what you give us a suggestion. I appreciate that. It's like just like a piece of art. It can be very subjective. Next time when I bring the same thing, and you will say, no, I don't like that pattern. You probably give me the same result, because the work is like a very awful. I mean, it can be very subjective. I don't know what to accomplish the way to please the audience.
try to, you came up with 3 options, but you need to come up with one option with either showing the 2 colors and carrying the eave over, is what they're saying.
Yeah, I understand. That's
And
what
that
I
is
say.
fully drawn out, so that it can be a final drawing that can be submitted for a building permit. That's what's needed for the next meeting.
If you ask me what I like, the second one is already the same, what I try to accomplish to the third one. The eve, I understand to kind of break up the pattern, but the pattern is not there that much anymore. So I don't know the purpose to extend.
The comment from Board Member Carlin was the pattern being mitigated by 2 colors instead of 4 was progress. However, it didn't help necessarily mitigate the massing, and the eaves may help that. So as staff just said, if we can get an image that shows the eave with the 2 colors in elevations with the changes, annotated physical samples, I actually think we've made forward progress tonight. We've had some good things that you brought that we can discuss, and I think we've made forward progress. I think we're close to having a submission that we can vote on. But right now, given the disparate documents that are here, without it being combined, I don't think we can vote.
I have a question to ask Carl. In your mind, if I elongated the fascia, does that mean I need to do, because our gutter, the roof is completely new. It's so much money to accomplish that. Now, do I need to cut it, my gutter, and bring up the gutter, it's elongated, the same thing when the fascia is continue, and then I had to have another downspout again. Is that what your mind is doing? Because I really cannot accomplish the drawing if I don't understand.
Right. So I can't answer the question directly because I'm not your architect, and I can't answer it. What I can say is I acknowledge that there's some trickiness to it that your competent professional architect could reconcile with you, and I think there's multiple ways to do it. I think there's not just one way to do it, right? So it requires some study, and it's not something I can do for you right now. I can't do that for you, but your architect can. And I think the answer I can give you is that I do believe that your architect is capable of coming up with a solution that would work. I believe that, right? So I would like you to challenge your design professional to do that, right? I can't do it. So it's not legal for me to do it. It's not proper for me to do it, but they can, and I believe that there is a way they could do it that would work. That's the best answer I can give you,
Yeah,
right?
because we take your,
I will add that if he would call staff, we could relay the discussion to him from the Architectural Review Board. It's also available online.
I can tell you if the situation were reversed, if I was your architect, I feel very confident I could figure it out and I could come with something really good. Right? So I feel like he should be able to do that too, right? So I'm going to trust that he can do that, because he's a competent professional as well, right?
So part of her point, and they stated this at the last meeting, is he's traveling, I believe, and is unavailable. So I would urge you to work with staff on scheduling the next time that we can have the meeting. However, 7:34, I think we've been clear about our expectations. I would like to move to table, what's the proper word, please? To continue this to the next meeting after the applicant confirms the date with staff. So I guess we continue to next month's meeting, and if that's not, they can request to extend to the month after that, but we're going to move to continue to next month. Do I have a second?
Second.
Calling the roll.
Okay, before, are you all 3 available for next month?
On the 19th.
On the 19th?
I don't think he may not be back by then anyway. I've already said that I would, for the March 19th, I will probably be on college tours.
Yeah.
it's going to be kind of that way for the next probably 2 months. So it's
So-
hit and miss.
So that's why I wanted to make sure, because I know you guys said before all three would like to be here.
I'm traveling next week, so I think I think I'm not traveling that week. All right.
We should talk after, but 19th is not
I
good
think
for
we
me
need to
either.
continue it, and we'll sort out the date with staff. Do I have a second?
Second,
Matt Foreman? Yes. Carl Carlin?
yes.
Paul Turner?
Yes.
Yes. All right, we need to move on to our
Could,
next.
could I restate what you just said to me, what I should do? Am I taking the tile, like a number 2 proposal, to do the alternation with all the rendering, and then draw the roof line? That it will be the one, my project to continue, right? I don't want I do that and come back and say, no, we don't like that 2 color, then you have to do the other. Then I don't know what to do from there.
So staff has offered to speak to your design professional and help them understand. We're into this an hour and 6 minutes. We have another agenda item that we need to move on to. So please contact the office, talk to staff. If you need any more clarity, they can provide it, I'm very sure. Next agenda item, 2438 Bremerton. Tell us your name,
Hello,
address.
I am Mickey Bikey. My address is 602 North Benton in St. Charles, Missouri. I am the architect for the project with Little Hills Architecture. And I am speaking on behalf of Corey and Anna Goldcamp, who are the homeowners.
All right, tell us about your project.
Okay, so on the screen right now is the existing site plan. And now it's not on the
Hang
screen
on, I want to
anymore.
go find your address.
Not want to wipe away, does it, Matt?
It's, that blue is just, I'm stuck with it. If it's there tomorrow, I'm going to be really upset. I don't know. 2438 Bremerton.
Yes, Bremerton.
I always want to put 2 M's in that one. All right, so we're right there.
Yes, across the street from us is actually different municipality. We are on the edge of Brentwood. Yep, there you are.
Is that it? Or am I one house off?
Great, right there, perfect. There you are.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a 1-story house with an attached garage on the left-hand side of the property, and there also is a detached garage in the rear of the property. What we are proposing here is to actually tear down the 1-car garage and its little breezeway to the house, and we are going to build an addition pretty much right there on top of where that garage and breezeway is. That will be a primary suite and another bedroom for the house.
So this part's new.
Correct.
And you've still got a driveway and an existing garage.
Correct.
What was that, Mr. Turner?
And the porch too, I think, is
Correct. That's the other.
right-hand side, outside porch.
This one?
Yep, that's the other part of the addition on the rear of the house.
It's going to be a little broad.
Yep.
I know there's a little, okay, so that,
Yep.
those 2 are new. All
We
right,
are
thank you.
adding a covered deck on the rear of the house over top of what is an existing concrete patio.
That blue stuff's driving me nuts. So there's your demolition, yes?
Just for the record, the existing garage does is non-conforming and extends into the side setback. When they tear it down, they will the new addition will be at the 8-foot setback that is required for a single-family residential zoning district.
Correct.
So this little sliver is not
Yep,
getting
that-
reconstructed.
Correct. You're seeing a extra vacated walk line there, but the 7.5 is what the current garage is at, and we will be building to the correct setback, which is 8 feet.
They will also be removing the asphalt driveway in front, and therefore they are not increasing coverage. They're actually decreasing the amount of coverage.
Wonderful.
Is there a drive that goes from the other
There
garage.
is,
Gotcha.
correct. So there is a drive on the right-hand side of the house that goes all the way back to the
Gotcha.
detached garage.
Oh, no, I meant the one that goes to the front.
Correct.
There you go. Oh,
that-
there's a
yep,
whole extra parking
Yep,
slab.
so that,
Driveways.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
that's going
All right,
away.
yeah.
That's going to go back to lawn.
Make a bigger addition.
We can't come out to the street a whole lot more.
Designing. We just talked about that.
We have a
Don't
front
design.
yard
I'm
setback.
not designing, I'm just making a recommendation.
Yeah, we have a front yard setback to deal with too, so.
All right, roof plan.
Correct. So the other portion of this construction is that we are actually going to be tearing off the entire roof of the existing house for two reasons. Number one, we want to vault the ceiling over top of the current kitchen and living room space. So we were going to basically put a big beam and go through that whole thing. Then when the structural engineer got up into the attic to look at what was going on up there, there were some issues with the structure. And so it was determined that a better course of action was to take the existing roof off and then come back in with new trusses. So the new proposed pitch is a little bit steeper than the existing pitch is, just so we can get that scissor truss vault to work on the interior. But from the street view, you still see that sort of low-pitched elevation of the roof, similar to what the front porch is right now, or the front-facing gable is right now.
I appreciate the color and the three-dimensional views. It makes it much easier to assess.
Oh, you do have the samples? Yes,
Make
thank
Paul
you.
happy.
Yeah, it's just,
And just representative of cedar.
oh, is this the columns in the front, or is this the
Correct.
door?
This is
Okay,
the
gotcha.
column. Correct. So we've got some shutters that are going on the front of the house. The columns will be wrapped and stained a cedar tone. But those materials you have there are what's the vinyl siding on the house. The upper portion will be a shake look. That's that light colored tone you got there. And then the rest of the house will be all replaced siding on the whole house of that deep blue color. All the windows on the house are going to be replaced, and we're going to do a bronze color on those. And then the fascia and the gutters will also be wrapped in bronze.
All right, participants, attendees, 2 online. Is there anyone in the room or online that has any comments on this submission? If you're online, raise your hand. Not seeing any hands raised. Going once, going twice. All right. Questions from the board? I think it's a very complete, well-documented. You've addressed roof, you've addressed massing, color. I had a vague question of you're taking out the old driveway, are you leaving the curb cut, or is the curb cut
So
going?
staff had said that we need to come back in and replace the curb cut, so that'll go away as well.
So how high is the, at the back porch itself? What's the exposure of that underneath?
Oh, I did dimensions on here.
So I just asked if you guys had considered any covering of that or not.
Oh, the existing rear of the house if you pan over the other way.
Right.
I mean, it's exposed concrete stem wall foundation on the left-hand side where the sunroom is. So it's on the back there is going to be, again, exposed foundation.
You're talking about the height?
Yeah, I'm just talking about the vacant space underneath the porch itself.
You're down here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just talking about
It's kind of a common question we have as to if there's enough, but it's on top of a concrete patio that's under there, is that correct?
There's an existing patio there now.
Patio.
And so it's a concrete slab on grade right now. And whether we break up all that concrete under there, probably not. I would imagine they'll just be breaking up what they need to put in the new piers.
Actually less opportunity for growth and
Right. I mean,
farms and all
Oh,
that stuff.
yeah.
So
True.
typically, when we look at this,
Got
we
it.
get above a certain height, we say, hey, put some lattice on it.
Sure.
But if
Because there
it's-
might be weeds that grow under
yeah,
there.
or weed
Sure.
block and gravel or something under there, but I think it, and also, you know, as usual, it's a nice conveniently flat, which probably isn't what's really out there on the topography, but I think we're pretty close.
Yeah, it's generally flat just because there is a lot of concrete patio back there right now. But yeah, it is sloping gently towards the rest of the rear of the backyard.
Questions?
Guys have any comment or thoughts on that? You're fine with that height?
I'm fine with that height.
Okay. I think I am too, so.
Okay. Yeah, and it's so the left-hand side of the deck actually is a lower tier than the right-hand side of the deck. And the reason being is there's an existing sunroom that we're still trying to tie into right now. So you've got a basically 16 by 14-ish higher portion of the deck that you're sitting on. And then you kind of go down a couple steps to a lower deck portion to take you out to the yard.
For Carlin,
I move to approve as submitted.
I'll second that.
calling for a vote. Chairman Matt Foreman, yes. Carl Carlin,
Yes.
Paul Turner.
Yes.
Okay, thank
You
you.
get to go see him when you have sealed plans ready.
They're ready to go tomorrow.
All right, next on the agenda, absolutely. Building official director's report.
We did get applications for the March meeting. So if you could let us know your availability, we could,
We're still on mic, right? It sounds like there's two of us who can't do the 19th already.
Yeah, it's kind of tentative. I mean, we're supposed to be,
Yeah.
Okay, so
we haven't finalized them. I could be back by then, but I just don't know yet.
March 19th is both city or Brentwood School District and University of Kansas's spring break.
And Florida State University too, and Lutheran South. Any other ones, Carl?
I'm traveling for work on that
Okay,
day.
gotcha.
so-
I was supposed to be traveling for work, and I told them no. So I think we need to look at an alternate date from March 19th. And the week before and the week after, I am not traveling, just for the record. I am not.
I'm thinking week before is a bad idea given what we're going to have to deal with. So it seems
well,
like,
and that we have the Planning and Zoning Commission the Wednesday before
Before.
that.
You want me to, here, I'll,
I thought, yeah, when I thought we said, that's the wrong month. Oh my God. Brain dead.
want to see Matt's brain.
26 might be okay.
Here's the year of 2026.
There you go.
The entire year of 2026. We are here at ARB. We're talking about, if I go with University of Kansas, there's spring break right there. I'm a nerd. I'm a Blue Beam nerd. So the week before, the week after, we have P and Z and we have P and Z site plan.
I will point out that the blue squares are now gone.
Oh, they're gone.
Thank you.
Who did it? Did you?
I don't know. I think maybe I closed something. I don't know. Maybe they'll come back. But
I thought it was a Zoom annotation, right? I thought it was a Zoom annotation. I thought that's where.
I'm not sure if it was a Zoom annotation or a Windows annotation.
All right.
But I'm just happy it's gone. But I did close and open Zoom sharing, so maybe that did it.
I think it was a Zoom annotation.
All right. So I think we're TBD on the date for the next meeting, please.
Yeah, and that P and Z week is going to be busy given the last thing we had. I think.
Should we do it on April 1st?
April Fool's Day would be very appropriate. And I would note that next week on, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks on March 3rd is What If Dogs and Cats Had Opposable Thumbs Day.
That's
Yes. You get, there's an entire Google calendar out there, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, we need a little levity after that meeting. I'm not sure. I love, Mardi Gras, Lunar New Year. Chocolate Day was February 9th. There's Croissant Day here, too.
Chairman, I believe we were wandering from the agenda. Chairman,
Move to adjourn.
second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Although, as Hart said, because we accomplished the agenda, we don't actually need a vote to adjourn. Thank you, everyone. Okay, wait, should I leave the webinar or not? Jessica, do we have a recording? Okay, I'm not doing anything.
You do not end it. Take your hands away.
Turning off my mic now.